or one of those guys back then, I would have, like tossed the names around a little bit.
Yeah.
And had have an episode with Mirror in the title. And it's just that, somebody was like reflecting on their past.
Or do like a Candyman episode.
What, and Tony Todd Kern is back.
They just say Candyman, 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 and then Tony Todd shows up.
He's like, "What's up, everybody? You guys
That's
know
right,
me.
baby. Candyman exists throughout all space and time.
We everywhere,
You can
Jack.
change my face all you want, but I am here.
I am always a Candyman."
We're
I've never
still
seen that
has
movie.
no family.
I had to check it out sometime.
I never watched it.
Yeah.
Too many friends of mine saw it when it came out and told me it was terrifying. And then I was just like, well, there's no point in me watching it.
I don't like scary things. So.
I'm already scared of black men as it is. I think I'll just skip.
That's why it was so successful.
Let me go back to my house in Alabama where we're
It's
afraid
so
of those things.
believable.
I told you they were like this.
No, we don't know because we never, we didn't have any African Americans in my county.
By law.
I was, I will say this about Shattered Mirror. I feel like they've been going to the Mirror universe a tad too often lately.
It's kind of like with TNG, it was like a lot of holodeck shit happening.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was kind of their filler episodes. Like, what do we do this week? Let's just do a holodeck episode.
Holodeck malfunctions.
Yeah. With DS9, it seems to be, okay, we need to do a Mirror Universe episode.
Now, because the last Mirror episode was Through the Looking Glass, which was season 3.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there's got to be other ones. I just feel like these have been like right on top of each other. Like we've just been getting tons of Mirror Universe episodes.
This is
lately.
what, the third one?
I don't. Maybe it just
That's
feels.
fourth.
I want
It
to
might
say
be
it's
the
the fourth one.
Yeah. So one
Was
every
there-
season?
Well, they didn't have one.
Are there more coming, Ben?
I can't recall.
I think
wanna
there
say
probably
yes.
will be.
I mean, that we learned more about the Mirror Universe. I mean, obviously before new changes and stuff have happened, but we learned more about the Mirror Universe from Deep Space Nine than pretty much anything else because there were no TNG Mirror Universes. There were one? There was one original series, and then there was one Enterprise episode.
Yeah.
So the vast majority of Mirror Universe episodes happened in DS9.
There are 5
They
of
do.
them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's Crossover, which is the first one, of course. Then there's Through the Looking Glass, where they bring over the fake Sisko. Shattered Mirror, which is this one. There's another one, I guess, doesn't say which season, but it's called Resurrection. And then there is The Emperor's New Cloak, I guess. Which
So
is,
this was the third one then.
yeah, this is the third. It just feels like because there was 2. I don't know. It just feels like there's just been a lot of them, and
They do the Mirror Universe and they do time travel a lot.
Yeah.
Voyager is the one that really does time travel.
Really.
Well, they kind
They
of
do a lot of holodeck too, don't
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say though, like I watched a Voyager episode the other night that was pretty good. What's her face? 7 and 9 she put in like a new chip, and she was trying to process more information, and she couldn't do it. And she basically turned into fucking Alex Jones. Like she was just seeing all these grand conspiracies everywhere, and like she was plotting Chakotay against the captain because like she took the same event, like the same sequence of events, and created 2 conspiracy theories. One that benefited Captain, one that benefited Chakotay. So she was trying to pit them against each other. It was pretty good.
Did she start dressing up like the Question?
No, she started
That would've
dressing
been
like
awesome.
Alex Jones. She started wearing a Rolex. So Satanists would think that's the sign of wealth and stuff.
Starts pitching like all kinds of health supplements and
Yeah,
stuff.
she was trying to actually sell the implant that she put into her so that you could process more information.
When she started saying that Neelix makes the frogs gay,
Yeah, and
that
then
was the part that she lost me.
But that was true.
Neelix makes the frogs.
No,
gay.
he just does gay things to frogs.
Yeah, and then he makes him feel bad about it. Then he gaslights him.
It's
Well, I'm just
I
doing
didn't-
it for you.
I didn't do that.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. You're imagining that. I would never do anything like that to you.
Start
Not
keeping
my finger in your cloaca.
started keeping frogs in his basement at the pizzeria. It was just, I don't know.
But yeah, but this is another Mirror episode. Pretty cut and dry. It's a little fucked up. I mean, it's pretty fucked up. I'm not gonna lie to you.
You know, it's one of those things where, you know, I was talking about it online with Jenny before the show while we were watching it, and her question, I mean, you know, it's like, I don't know, it brings up all these questions, and my big thing going into it is think of somebody that you dearly love that you've lost,
Dennis,
and then you have that person back, except it's a completely different person, though. Like, they don't know anything about you. It's you know, it's a completely new person. It's just that they are identical to the person that you lost in every way.
but looks. I mean, not every way. I mean, it's not like. Okay, the setup is Sisko's and he acts very normal about it. And I don't know why he's having this meeting in his quarters. You think he would want to separate Mirror Universe woman who looks like his wife from dead real wife in regular universe, because I imagine that would have some impact on your son.
He seemed to handle that, though. Last time he met Professor Sisko, he himself seemed to process the difference pretty easily.
No, I'm talking more about Jake.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so Sisko's having this weird meeting in his quarters with not mom, and Jake walks in, he's like, not mom, and then it's just like, oh, this is uncomfortable. Like,
so far this season, Jake has had experienced his dad dying.
Yes.
Like in a mysterious accident.
Was that this season?
Yeah, that was like at the beginning of the season.
It was. That was a good episode too.
It was.
Yeah.
And now his dead mom is back from the Mirror Universe.
But not really.
Yeah.
Oh, and then she dies again.
But
Yeah.
Jake doesn't remember losing his dad, though. Only his dad remembers Jake losing him.
Oh, right. Does Jake not remember that?
No, Jake doesn't remember it because
Jake didn't live that timeline.
Yeah. Jake doesn't live that timeline. Only Sisko did.
That's right.
But still, though, still kind of fucked up.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden his dead mom shows up. But guess what? That ain't your mom. That's your Mirror Universe lady that looks like your mom, has the same name as your mom, has fucked your dad and Mirror Universe dad, but you have nothing to do with any of this.
I would have liked to seen his space captain girlfriend walk in and see him talking to her.
Again, have this meeting in the promenade. Like, have this meeting in the promenade.
No, you don't want to have this meeting in the promenade because space captain girlfriend could show up. So
I don't think they want to advertise to everybody that
there's a mirror universe.
They can hop back and forth between these two.
Then have it in your office. Then all the senior staff knows about the mirror universe,
right?
Because he goes on to announce it later in the episode that I think my son's been taken to another universe. Which I wouldn't recommend parents trying that if their children come up missing, because you're gonna get accused and probably convicted of murder.
That's what that guy in Colorado tried at first.
Yeah.
He's like, oh no, they're in the Mirror Universe.
They went to the Mirror Universe. I don't know what happened. Like,
no, man, haven't you been watching Discovery? There's an episode about this, man.
The spores, man.
The spores, they're in my veins.
I was growing mushrooms out in the shed. My son came out there, might have got a whole face full of them spores, and he could be over there right now, man.
Him and Lorca.
Lorca's not Kilby, or whatever the chick's name is. You know, the cute retarded one that all of a sudden she's like real evil on the other side. I think she came and got him. Either that or that China woman who can do them kicks in the air. One of them got her, man. Got him. That's all I know, man. Because I totally did not kill my son.
Or daughter or wife.
Yes. My whole family.
No, my old lady, I killed her straight up.
She sent him to the Mirror Universe.
Yeah,
so I had to get her.
And I was like, hey, babe, why'd you send the kids to the Mirror Universe?
And we're wasting time interrogating me.
And she's like, I am evil because I am myself from the Mirror Universe. And I was like, oh, shit, the only way I get my old lady back is if I kill the Mirror Universe one. Did not work as planned.
Because you guys won't let me go over to the
I
mirror
need you to
universe
let me go
and
get
her
some
back.
more of my. I got to go get my damn spores, get a face full of them myself, so I can trip over to the mirror universe.
You see
What
this
part
space
of-
carburetor, man? This is the key to it all.
You guys do not understand simple mathematics and physics. That's I expected more from the local police department than I'm receiving at this moment. I will be honest with you. I expected more. There was no need to tase me. I'm pretty sure I lost some of my crop, and it may delay my entry to the mirror universe because of your attitude in this matter.
They're getting away.
And in the third act, we find out he was telling the truth.
Yep, that's the crazy part.
When we're invaded by the Terran Empire.
Starring Dennis Quaid.
Oh, God. I'd pay to see Dennis Quaid with that voice.
Liam Neeson is Mirror Man.
Mushroom fella.
Now, I have a certain set of skills.
To be the real name of a movie. Mushroom Fella.
I have a certain set of skills that will get me to the mirror universe.
Yeah.
I'm unsure why this is such a complicated matter. But you will return my child, or I will trip.
Mushroom Fella is what the sheriff's office started calling him.
Mushroom fella.
Yeah, we arrested that Mushroom Fella.
Where the hell did he go? He must have went over to that mirror universe.
Golly.
Well, I'll be damned.
Now, where did I come from? Where did I go? Some people actually call me Cotton Eye Joe. But I just need a face full of spores.
Gotta eat my mushrooms.
And you got to be careful.
Saute them up real nice.
They taste like shit, but man, they work real good getting over to that mirror universe.
Now, you got to be careful because sometimes dragons are involved. I believe they're from the planet Betelgeuse.
Beetlejuice 3.
They could also be known as Betelgeuse.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, that's all I got.
No, I was happy with what you were doing. It was good. I was into it.
Yep. It's the episode we got to film.
I like it.
It'll be part of the movie.
Mushroom fella.
This summer. Mushroom Fella.
Mushroom fella.
If you see one movie, see Christopher Robin. But if you see two movies, include Mushroom Fella.
Yeah, that one's pretty good. Mushroom.
This is the one trip you can't miss this summer.
No, good job. That was good. I really like that one. That was good, Dennis.
Well played, sir.
Yeah. So she tells him like, yeah, I'm just over here to tell you guys how good things are going and everything's great. And I find this part kind of dumb too. Like Sisko has a meeting that he has to attend and he's just like, yeah, mirror universe wife, hang out with my son. You guys catch up. I'm sure you'll have a lot to talk about. They're strangers. They don't know each other. Like
No.
it's essentially me leaving my child with someone who just looks like Stephanie.
Yeah.
I mean, this chick was working with the intendant originally.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the mirror, so it's like,
No, we had a bond. We kind of bonded when I was over there.
did they bang?
Kind of the way that he bonded with Jadzia, Mirror Jadzia.
And he banged Mirror Kira too. So like Stephanie and I decided that Sisko just likes going over to the mirror universe to kill things and not have to fill out paperwork and fuck a lot.
Yeah.
Like it's essentially his Ryza. Like that's where he goes on vacation for like unadulterated sex and murder.
Avery Brooks is Mushroom Fella.
I must go to the Mushroom Town.
Really backed up?
The Tyrans are everywhere. Got to bust this nut.
So, I mean, Jake is spending a lot of time with Mirror Mom, though, unattended.
Yeah.
Did he tap that?
Who, Jake?
No.
Yes. And if he did,
It was a really weird vibe.
would it be
was.
incest?
Like I don't think what's that kid's name? Sirach. I don't think he knew how to play that.
Yeah.
Oh, this lady reminds me of my mom because it was more like I got the feeling like she was another Dabo girl that he was about to
I
slay.
also think too, like he's so tall that it's hard to view him as a child.
He's so tall. He's the tallest person on the station. It's ridiculous.
It's funny because I'm in the book right now where they're talking about DS9, and one of the writers was talking about how he grew up on the show. And he's like, and Sirach, of course, grew up on the show. And did he grow up?
Yeah.
I mean,
He's like David Robinson. Like David Robinson was 6'1" when he went to the Naval Academy, and then by his like junior year, he was 7 feet tall.
Yeah.
Jesus.
It was like, because you can even tell how like when he's standing at the railing on DS9, like looking over the promenade, the railing comes up to like his weight, like lower than his waistline.
Yeah,
it's like under his belly button.
Yeah.
I was afraid he was going to fall.
Yeah, he was going to topple over.
I'm like, this is not an OSHA approved rail. This rail needs to be higher.
Yeah. So when he was talking to Sisko, like Sisko's looking up at him.
Yeah.
Sisko's a tall ass dude.
Son, how's the weather up there?
I mean, that's one of the reasons they cast Terry Farrell as Jadzia Dax was that, one, she was like stupid hot. She's a good actress, and she's tall. So she's like 6 foot tall.
She's in Back to School. Valerie Desmond. She's in Back.
She absolutely is.
I just realized that really recently, and I can't believe I missed that for so long, because I used to watch Back to School every weekend. Like it was on Comedy Central every weekend, and I must have seen that movie 1,000 times, and I never put the two together till I saw her Wikipedia page. It's like, oh my god,
Iron Man is in that movie.
Yeah.
Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah.
It's like I was watching
Derek
Weird
Lutz.
Science,
He plays Derek Lutz.
I forgot that Robert Downey Jr. was in Weird Science. He was one of the douches from high school or whatever. And when I'm watching it, I'm, doing the whole stammer thing. It's like, Iron Man's in this back when he was a douche.
Yeah. Iron Man was also in the movie about the quarterback that Anthony Michael Hall plays. Nobody? Anthony Michael Hall plays a highly recruited quarterback. Johnny Be Good. That's it. You guys ever seen Johnny Be Good?
No.
Anthony Michael Hall plays like a quarterback, like a hotshot high school quarterback, and Robert Downey Jr. also in that.
I think I've only seen 2 football movies, Rudy and School Ties.
School Ties really isn't a football movie.
Well, they
You haven't seen Any Given Sunday?
No.
You haven't seen The Replacements?
You haven't seen
Show Me the Money?
You haven't seen Little Giants?
No.
Oh, you gotta see Little Giants.
Little Giants is good.
It's a great movie.
Rick Moranis.
Rick Moranis, Ed, what's his name? Ed
O'Neill.
It's great.
You're losing me.
It's good. It's really fun. Rick Moranis is the brother of like the loser kind of brother of a high school football hero who is now the coach of
Al Bundy, basically.
Yeah, it's Al Bundy. Except Al Bundy made
4
good.
touchdowns.
Yeah. So it's Al Bundy made good, basically, and he's the coach of like the little league local football team, and they win the state championship every year. And I guess Rick Moranis' daughter is really good at football, and she wants to play. But Al Bundy, being his brother, is like, I can't let my niece play. She's a girl. She's going to get hurt. So he decides to start his own football team made of like all the rejects.
Yeah.
And the rejects play the good kids, and the rejects end up.
I know it sounds like tropey.
It's very cute, though.
But it's great.
Tropey as
it's
fuck.
really good.
It's really good.
We watched that my senior year of high school for English class one day. My teacher rolled in the TV and it's like, all right, we're going to watch a movie today. We watched Little Giants.
As a senior in high school?
Yeah.
All right.
It was great.
I love that movie.
I had never seen it before.
Really?
I enjoyed it a lot.
I love Rick Moranis.
Yeah.
That's where the annexation of Puerto Rico, that's the play they run at the end of the game. It's good. It's a cute little movie. Icebox is her name. She plays linebacker. And the team, Al Bundy's team, they dress up like the Cowboys, and then they're the Little Giants. It's good. I really enjoyed it.
Okay. I'm not.
You can watch it with your kids, Ben.
I'm not a big football fan, and I don't want to expose my kids to that kind of violence.
You've never seen what's the one movie about the black guy and the white guy where one of them dies?
I know what you're talking about, and they
Gale
watched
Sayers and
Brian's Song.
Yeah,
Brian's Song.
Yeah,
never watched it. That was the show that
James Caan.
I want to say in like 8th or 9th grade, they wheeled the TV in to watch. and I was out that day.
This is the weirdest sex ed video I've ever seen.
What about The Last Boy Scout? You never seen that? It's not really a football movie, but
Kind of
Wait,
football.
no, I did the Burt Reynolds one when he's in
The
prison.
Longest Yard.
Longest Yard. That's a good movie.
The original one?
Yes,
Yeah.
not the remake with.
I haven't seen the
Jim
remake.
Hackett.
The remake's not bad. But
I mean, it's a premise that you really can't fuck up. Except nowadays, he wouldn't go to jail. They'd be like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
You're good. Just don't kneel for the anthem. That's how you get in trouble. And then we should remake it. We should remake The Longest Yard and have a black quarterback kneeling for the anthem, and then he goes to jail.
he gets arrested for kneeling.
He gets murdered. Like they
And then he gets sent to a state prison camp.
He gets drunk one day and he doesn't do anything illegal, but he wakes up and somebody has sprinkled crack on him. So he gets arrested.
Yeah, he realized his shoe was untied during the anthem and bends down to tie it, and then he has to go to jail. Oh, shit!
See, that way we can not take a political stance.
And it's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like all
There you
the wacky errors that follow.
Then he goes to jail for life in Trump America
He's the unluckiest quarterback in the NFL.
because he's black and stuff, so they send him to jail forever. Yes, there we go.
It's not jail. It's a re-education camp that's run by the state.
There we go. Look, we just wrote Any Given Sunday. again.
All the inmates have red hats on.
Yeah. I love it. I think it's wonderful. I'm trying to think, what's another good football movie?
Gridiron Gang? Isn't that the one with The Rock?
What about the one with Denzel Washington, where the Titans? Remember the Titans? That's a good one.
Yeah.
I've heard about that one.
Where he'd be yelling at the team. What about Radio? That's a football movie. Equipment Kid.
I don't like watching people pretend to be mentally disabled.
A little uncomfortable with that.
Yeah. That's why I don't like the Pac-Leds.
All right, fair enough. All right, that makes sense. What about, you didn't like Rain Man?
That is a little different.
I never watched Rain Man. I've seen enough clips that I get the jokes, but I've never actually sat and
So they're
watched
not jokes,
It's a great
man.
movie.
They're not jokes. Like those aren't jokes. The fact that you view them as jokes is kind of fucked up. Maybe it's good that you haven't seen Rain Man.
But no, whenever people make references to the movies or whatever and the pop culture references,
Yeah.
I've heard enough of that I get the references, but I never sat and watched the movie from beginning to end.
It's great, man. Dustin Hoffman and Tom Cruise are both
Yeah, it's a
excellent.
good movie. Filmed some in Cincinnati too.
Don't burn the baby. Time for Wapner.
Yeah, my mom made the mistake one time. She was talking about some
496
kid.
toothpicks.
She was talking about some kid that she knew, like I guess like the friend of a friend's kid, and she was like, "He's so smart, like he can just count. He's like Rain Man." I was like, "Mom, Rain Man was fucking autistic. You just called it." She's like, "I didn't mean it like that." I was like, "But that's the way it comes out. Like when you say someone's like Rain Man, you're saying like they're brilliant yet like flawed in a way."
He's what we used to call an idiot savant. That makes it okay.
Yeah, because yeah. But no, Rain Man's good. That's not a football movie, though.
No. Don't they bet on football or something? Or isn't he
No,
somebody's agent?
he counts cards. You're thinking of Jerry Maguire,
Okay.
which would be a totally different movie.
Wait, they don't bet on football in Jerry Maguire.
No,
do
well, he's a football agent.
Oh, you're thinking Tom Cruise. Okay,
Yeah.
Tom Cruise. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But no, I guess what's his name? Tom Cruise brings Rain Man to count cards at a casino or whatever.
Gotcha. Isn't that illegal?
Yes, very much so. I think it's
not
frowned
illegal,
upon.
but it's against casino rules.
Yeah,
They'll
it's-
ask you to leave.
they'll ask
Yeah,
you
after they
nice-
break a couple of digits, then they'll ask
not
you to-
illegal, but frowned upon.
Yeah.
So
I
if
think
I had
in casino, they broke that guy's hand because he was counting cards.
No, he had the thing on his leg. They were playing, and he was reading the dealer's hand because the dealer was exposing too much of his hand.
Okay.
And then they broke his hand with the hammer. It was very graphic.
But if I had like a photographic memory and mathematically, savvier than I am,
And sexy.
I think I'm already sexy.
Well, I was saying,
Those BJs.
I thought you were saying you had all those things.
No,
That's
I'm
why
saying
threw
if
in-
I had those other things,
You catch my
and then
drift.
I go into
You wild tramp.
I go into the casino. I mean, I got to wonder how far I would have to be smart enough to balance it out though and not get too greedy.
Well,
Win some,
Just
lose
watch-
some.
Watch the movie 21 first.
yeah.
Okay.
You have to lose to win. Like you got to lose some big hands, and then just make sure you're up when you're leaving. That's the whole thing. Like you don't want to be up where people notice, but like if you,
I'm a couple of grand ahead.
yeah, you know, you don't want to make it look suspicious.
And then maybe I come in tomorrow and I'm down $5,000, and then I'm up. You know, I'm up. But at the end of my visit, I need to be up whatever I'm going to be up. And
but then, like much like in Casino, that'll happen. And then the plane. It's a good thing it happened down here and not up there. As Don Rickles tells the Japanese guy. Do you remember that scene in Casino, Dennis?
Yeah. We got to keep him here.
Yeah, the plane. We have an engine problem. It's a good thing it happened down here, not up there. And
Don Rickles, he was so good.
I never saw Casino.
It's good. It's
good.
like
if you ever want to see Joe Pesci get beaten to death in a cornfield, definitely watch that movie.
And then
I would put that on the watch list right now.
And then he becomes like a robot too. It's like animatronic when they start burying him, because then he clearly looks like one of the things you'd see at Chuck E. Cheese, like just robot Joe Pesci. Good.
You talking to me?
It's good. It's a good movie.
Go get your shine box. Shine box. Shine box.
But yeah, so anywho, Sisko has
to answer your question, no, he did not have sex with his mirror mom.
No, I don't think so.
But if he did, would it be incest?
No, because that's just some lady.
Yeah.
Even though, I mean, are they like genetically the same?
No, if he banged her, that would just be him dealing with his mommy issues. That's all.
I never got to say I love you
in the most fucked up way possible.
Yeah.
And then him and his dad would be Eskimo bros.
Yeah.
So if he banged like Jadzia, does Jadzia have a worm in the mirror universe?
I mean, they're already Eskimo brothers because of the Dabo D's, I'm guessing.
Well,
I don't know.
He knows Sisko hit that.
Yeah. I like how his mother got all motherly though when he's down in the bar and he's talking to the.
That's because it was weird. Blurred Lines, I believe, is the name of the song. Blurred Lines. There's a lot of I don't know what's happening here.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
it's like when she said you're too young to be hanging out with Dabo girls. Jake was like, "Oh no, mom, I used to date this one hot chick."
See what I do to these Dabo girls. You think?
Jennifer.
It's despicable.
You might want to wash your hands, is what I'm saying, because there's definitely some butt to hand thing going here. You might want to throw that cup away too.
I noticed that one of the underdressed Dabo girls, I want to say that there was some flesh-colored fabric.
Yeah, again,
like they tried to match. Yeah. It just, the first thing when I watched this with my son tonight, his comment was, "Dad." I was like, "What?" And he goes, "Dad, that resolution, yo." Because he's used to HD. He's never watched something from the 90s like this that was a TV show from the 90s. So it's just like, wow, that's what your TV used to look like when you were a kid. I'm like, no, son, my TV was the size of my laptop when I was a kid.
We didn't get such high definition images.
No.
It was like, let me put my laptop on the table and now we'll go sit across the room from it. That's what it was like watching
and then rub sand in our eyes.
Well, yeah, but that's just because we were from Alabama and it was a Sunday night. I mean, he's just like, "Ooh, it's sand night, yay!"
But yeah. So, and I gotta tell you, I don't like Mirror Universe. Whatever his name is, Rom. No, Rom's the brother. Nog. Yeah,
Nog.
Not a fan.
And when at the beginning before we went to the Mirror Universe and Odo came up and we talk about Nog and how proud we are of Nog and blah, blah, blah. I just was wondering, are we going to see Nog this episode? Of course we did.
Yeah.
That's why we brought him up.
Well, I saw his name. I also saw his name in the credits.
Oh, I wasn't paying attention. I was hurriedly watching the episode.
Nog is coming. And then,
Nog is coming. Nog is coming. Nog is coming.
But Jake is not, because that would be gross.
His mom was like, "Jake, what are you doing?" She's like, "Fuck you, lady."
Get some of that Miro Dabo.
Get some of that poontang.
Hey, Mom, mirror, mirror on the wall. Which one of these Dabo girls is going to fall?
To her knees to tongue my ass. That's right, I said it. I ain't going for that. And anybody can blow me. I want them to lick my butthole. That's right, Mom. I'm a deviant.
Really into ass to mouth.
I'm into it, Mom. I'm crazy.
You're 16.
Eat my
I
ass.
think he's 18 now, isn't he?
He's tall. I don't know how old
He was
he's.
very
16
tall.
when he was dating the Dabo girl, and that's
He's-
been a while.
Okay.
10 foot tall.
He is.
That's all I know.
He's 8 years old and 7 feet tall. It's very disturbing and confusing for the Dabo girls.
But he's cool. I mean, I liked his shirt with the purple sleeve and the weird checkered, and then like it looked like he was wearing the weirdest toga in the whole world.
He's got his own style going for him now. That's good.
He's Space Hugh Hefner.
He's
And I guess he's a writer
Arsenio
now,
Hall.
right?
Yeah, well, they mention that he's a writer a lot. For somebody who's supposed to be writing all the time, he's just kind of doing nothing,
He just says that to get laid.
which is a tenet of being a good writer. I'm a writer. I don't ever do it. Ben can also attest to that.
Always doing research.
Let me show you my. Okay, I keep saying it's research. They say it's a disturbing browser history. They should be like in a court of law. That should be a defensible argument, though, when they're like, well, I mean, he's researching ways to murder children. He's researching how to hide bodies. He's researching decomposition rates of different materials.
writer.
It's like, yeah, I'm a writer.
Sir, why did you buy this much plastic?
Writing.
Plastic sheets. Then you have a shed that's lined with plastic outside.
Because I had to calculate splatter patterns.
Right.
So when I wrote about it, I would be accurately able to portray.
Come on, mushroom fella. We're not falling for this.
I've already forgotten the voice. And I'm just telling these folks, I'm a writer, and I don't see. The voice is. I had to go back and listen to the audio.
Yeah,
of
have to
this
go
episode.
back. Yeah. It wasn't as. Yeah, it wasn't as, I guess, defined Southern. It was more
Yeah.
like a vague Southern.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to because I like
that
him.
makes sense.
Like a Colorado Plains accent, kind of.
See, I'm not really sure. See, I don't know. It was
You were
almost,
kind of fishing for it, but then you found a comfortable
Yeah.
level, you know?
Yeah. Because Argyle, I can put Argyle on like a fucking pair of comfortable pants.
Yeah. Argyle's a good voice.
Yeah. Love me some Argyle.
I think everybody does. That's a nice shirt. I might buy that.
We've been thinking about getting a dog for the kids.
Ah.
If we do, I want to name him Argyle.
You know, I'm just up here going woof woof, Dennis. That's all I'm saying.
What kind of dog would you get for the children?
I don't know, something small.
Are they afraid of puppies at the moment?
No.
This is a good time though. Having a dog grow up with your kids, like the dog's a puppy, your kids are, in their puppy stage, and they grow
They're
up
humans,
together.
man. They're humans, for God's sake. So let's refer.
No, it's a great
Son
time.
of a
I've often said my kids are in their puppy stage.
How old are the kids now? They're still in their puppy stage.
Yeah,
Well, they're weaned.
They're cute, but when they bite you,
their eyes-
Well, my
their
son's
eyes
in his
are-
puppy stage and my daughter's in her kitten stage. So
and it hurts when they bite you because their teeth are so sharp.
It's just one of those things though, because I when I was born, I got like a puppy collie, and so I grew up with basically, it was me and the collie on the farm growing up, and his name was Patches.
I'm depending on you, Ben, to pull the family through.
And we were BFFs, and then I had the tragedy of learning that dog lifespans and human lifespans don't really coincide too well.
Yes.
And so then I was dogless for a few years, and then I got Amadeus a couple of years after that, and he was my dog up until I joined the Navy.
That was my dog. Where my dog's at? He'd be like,
And-
right here, Ben.
And I came back from Japan, and first person I wanted to see was my dog, and he had died the day before I got home.
And every day I went and worked the fields.
Yeah, so now I don't have a dog anymore.
I'm sorry.
Now when we bought our house,
You have us.
I wanted a dog, and
where are your dogs now? Ben?
Yes. Yes.
the kid's mom wanted a cat, and I wanted a dog, and then she said, "Well, we can compromise," and I'm like, "All right, great." And I
How do
figured
you compromise with a dog and a cat?
you get 2 cats.
No, that sounds. You're a really bad compromiser. I think.
Yeah.
You negotiate like our president.
You know what? 2 cats.
Yeah.
You know what? 1 cat's dumb.
Hey,
2
you know what? She wanted 1 cat. Now she's got 2. Fuck you.
Deal with that.
Yeah.
That's right. I clean the litter. I don't care.
Yeah, I feel for that
I
shit.
won.
I'm pregnant. Pregnant people can't touch kitty litter. Okay, fine. I'll fucking clean the cat. Oh, I'm nursing. I can't I can't. Okay, fine, sure, I'll clean the. Oh, postpartum depression. God damn it, clean the cat butt. The kids are starting first grade, and I'm sad. I swear to God, woman.
Woman.
How did this marriage not last? Jesus fucking Christ.
All because of the cat.
And your son's somewhere in your
cats.
house too. I hope he's got headphones on.
He's playing.
At least say earmuffs. Earmuffs.
Yeah. He's playing GTA 5, so it's fine.
Yeah, he's probably hearing worse than that.
Yeah.
What was the one? San Andreas? Was that the one where it was like more of an African American hero? I guess.
Oh, with CJ.
Yeah. With GTA,
there are no heroes in Grand Theft Auto.
You know what I'm saying? With a main character, then.
Your protagonist.
Yes, your main character. That was San Andreas, right? My brother-in-law was playing that when he was like a teenager, and he was playing it downstairs in front of his parents, and like the first 9 words were MF and N words, and my father-in-law was like, "What are you doing?" Like, he was just like, he wasn't even offended. He was just like outraged. Like, what is this malarkey?
Yeah, well, GTA 5, if you play the story mode, you start out as a young black man from the inner city named Franklin, and your best friend Lamar. And yeah, I grew up in Alabama, but in the day that I played GTA 5, I heard the N-word more than I'd heard in my entire life.
Now, again, though, is that just an excuse for white kids to use and say the N-word?
Well, no, this was the 2 black characters.
No.
Yeah,
but
who's playing the game?
But I mean, when probably 70% of your playing crowd is white, aren't you desensitizing them to that word and having them think it's okay because they're hearing it all the time? Isn't that perpetuating kind of the I guess the what's the word I'm looking for here? I guess they're kind of numbing it down almost, not dumbing it down, but they're numbing it down. Where
I mean, here's the thing. I can kind of see that what you're saying.
I feel that way. As great as a show as it was, I feel that way about Boondocks.
I switched over.
Who is that show for?
I switched over to GTA Online though, which is their open world, make your own character, and routinely I would hear obvious white guys using the N-word.
That's what I'm saying.
But as an inflammatory way, like one guy went out of his way to really hit that R. And then to clarify said, yeah, I said it, and then clarified what he said. And I'm like, okay, well, aren't you brave? All right.
This is their little hidey hole where they can let it fly because they can't do it in their real life,
Yeah.
And it's like,
but I'm just saying it's still kind of fucked up, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, when I got called what was it? An NF. Okay. And it was like, well, sir, I have I'm not African American, but I do enjoy the occasional cock. So I will grant you that while it was offensive, it may be accurate. Who the fuck is this?
But yeah, that's all I'm saying. I mean, I don't know. It just seems like it kind of.
What I mean, do we?
But it doesn't. It won't bring out anything that you don't already have.
Yeah.
Inside of you.
That's why people.
Like if you listen to Wu-Tang, but you don't feel like the need to say the N-word, do you?
No, never.
Yeah. So it's like
because it's wrong.
If you're already predispositioned to want to say it, then you're going to use that as an excuse. It's like, oh, well, they say it all the time in Grand Theft Auto. Why can't I say it?
Why can't I say? Oh God! Yeah, if I hear another white boy,
dummy.
Why can't I say it? Bullshit! It's like.
But wait till that tape comes out. Then you're going to start hearing that argument come up.
What tape? The Trump tape?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen.
There's already the Georgia's congressman or something.
He's African
American guy from Georgia, and he's like, well, if he says it in the context that he said it, it doesn't affect how his policy should be interpreted. And if you're already making excuses for it, somebody had said the other day, if you think
he was rapping Juicy. Come on, you got to let him rap Juicy.
If you think there being a tape of Trump saying the N-word will cause an outrage amongst the GOP base, you have not been watching politics lately.
If there is a tape of Trump rapping along to Juicy, then I would give him a pass on that.
You know very well. I will say this though,
and if you don't know, now you know.
Rapping to DMX.
Not gonna be
like the little dance.
No, it's not DMX.
No, it's got to be Biggie.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
And then, I just like all the stuff that happened today with Manafort and Cohen. It's all cool, but it's not going to change anything. Like they don't give a shit.
We should start another podcast just for politics, so I can sit here and bitch about this shit for the evening.
They just don't care. Like his base.
I'll like switch the curtains out to the blue ones.
We're gonna have to do another woke trek episode.
Yeah, woke trek, son. They just don't care. Like his base just doesn't give a shit. They're like, whatever. You know.
I felt bad for Dennis on the woke trek episode, though.
Why?
Because you were the most rational. You know, there's the three whining liberal white people just like, I can't believe it. Like, bitches, get with it. This is how it's always been.
Yeah, I mean,
I expected more from our Grand Republic.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I mean, I just.
Oh no, I mean on some level, yes. On realism, nah. I grew up in Alabama. I just thought I'd left that all behind me. But I still stand beside.
I mean, we're what 2 years into the Me Too movement, and people are already getting their jobs back.
Yeah.
It's like, all right.
I mean, being a student of history, like you realize the kind of completely fucked, I guess, view and policies of the American government for a really, really long time. So I mean, like, it's not a surprise. It's just wow, man.
I'm trying to raise my kids with the knowledge that, hey, America is the greatest country on the planet, but we got problems in
But
here.
that's a low bar.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's one thing to be the greatest country on the planet when you're the United Earth in the Federation's future. But right now, not such a great thing.
Yeah, it's hard.
It's it's like it beats the competition, but
I mean, I don't even try to like. I don't know. As a parent, I don't try to push like the American values and way of life and shit like that and how we're great. My whole thing is more of just like a personal level and a personal responsibility, if that makes sense. Like, just be kind to people. You know what I'm saying? Like, project kindness and hopefully you will receive kindness.
That's why I use Star Trek.
And I mean, I know that sounds very kind of like hippie bullshit, but like.
Well, like when we were coming up though, it was so emphasized because we were fighting the Russians, the Soviets and communism and that kind of stuff. So they like super, super hyped up American values. So anything, if you weren't American, then you were a communist. And so that was the worst thing that you could be, so. Better
dead than red.
Yeah. But that's all. That's the message I try to push. Just give love and
should be doing.
And hopefully you'll get love. Like, I can't change everything. I can't change the world, but I mean, if my children have that attitude by projecting love and positivity and positive thoughts and positive deeds, bro, I just want my kids
Those are the tools you need to succeed.
I just want my kids to be good Hulkamaniacs. That's all. They're just Hulkamaniacs.
Yeah. The good Hulkamaniacs.
Yeah, not the racist one that you heard on, that website or whatever.
I want you to watch
the racist ones cheating on their spouses.
Yeah. I don't want my daughter. Oh my God, Hulk Hogan. What if he says his prayers or takes his vitamins? Not even that, dude. No way.
I'm so confused right now. My heroes. Was it die a hero or live long enough to become a villain?
Yes, that's the line. But anyway, I don't think we've talked about Star Trek at all.
Yeah, Jennifer Sisko. It's not incest, but it's still creepy.
Yeah, and it's kind of fucked up that she goes over there specifically to steal his son to bring Sisko back.
But that's mirror universe values right there.
See, people, I don't know.
The ends justify the means for anybody over there.
You've got to look back at this because let's see, was it Voyager nor TNG did mirror universe episodes? But so at this point, you've got to go all the way back to the original series. But what we know about, I mean, that was at one point, the Terran Empire. That was the big thing, and they were like vicious. They were the Roman Empire in space, and we've since seen other examples of the mirror universe from that era and earlier, before the fall of the Terran Empire.
Yeah,
and these are not nice people, nor people to be trusted.
But we're talking about what, like 100 years, maybe less than 100.
Yeah,
but think about Imperial Japan of the 40s compared to Japan now. It's like night and day. Like the culture has changed.
Look, I'm gonna tell you, I still don't trust them. We did some nasty shit after the war to end the war, and I'm waiting for some payback. And I just go ahead and tell you, I don't sleep.
I'm waiting for some payback.
They're holding up. They're like, oh no, we're all friends now, America. Yeah. And the next thing you know, boom, there goes.
That was one of the least surprising but still disappointing things when they had the big earthquake in Japan a few years back. Yeah. It's like people are like, that's what you get for Pearl Harbor. I was like, oh,
come on, man.
Well, I think Hiroshima and Nagasaki were. Yeah. It's like
I think we covered that.
Let's call that square, even though we kind of went a little lopsided. All good.
I mean, well,
I mean, you have to be a little lopsided. I mean, I will say sometimes lopsided victories are necessary. So people, it's like whenever I would hit my sister and she would say, ow.
Then you drop 2 nukes on her.
And then my mother would take a leather strap and hit me across the face and knock me on my ass. And then my mouth would bleed for a few hours. Yeah. I didn't hit my sister again. That lopsided victory taught me a lesson and made me the man I am today.
But what if you were forced to invade mainland, sister, killing millions upon millions of people in the process? Uh-huh. It's a weird, nuclear bombs, not cool. But at least we got them. So, because if they would have got them, bad shit would have happened. What are you talking about?
And why didn't we nuke Berlin? Because America in the 40s was racist. That's exactly why.
Man, we're really. Is this another? This is
we
like
call them Jerry's, but at least Jerry's a white name.
Is this a historical woke trek we're doing here?
We're going all the way back.
The analogs of time, sucker.
That's right.
But yeah,
I'm starting a new YouTube channel, so I have to get you guys to come on.
Woke Trek, dude. We could start a Woke Trek podcast where we just.
If we get 23 more patrons, we'll do a Woke Trek podcast.
Now we already decided if we get 23 more, we're doing Law and Order. Jenny and I kind of made that decision.
Whoa! I thought we had to get 100 Patreons before.
I'm down with Law and Order.
Jenny and I just really want to watch Law and Order. I think, and if we can,
each week we can do a different flavor of Law and Order.
I just really, I would only want to do original and CI. I'm not a big SVU fan.
Yeah, me either.
And neither is she.
Yeah, I don't care.
I didn't really watch the Los Angeles one.
I don't think she did.
But we would have to do Homicide: Life on the Streets as well.
Well, there is a crossover.
Yeah, it's the same universe.
I think you have to do Homicide if you're going to do this with Jenny, because isn't that set in Baltimore?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And that's where she was born. So
bad people working at the Baltimore Chamber of Commerce. They want to do 2 shows about our city. This is amazing. Oh my God, it's Life on the Streets on the Wire. What do we do? Pull the plug.
Now, weren't those?
It's too late.
Can't let this happen.
Didn't the same guy write both of those? Or it was based on experiences from the same time period?
It might be based on the same period. The Wire is written by a journalist.
Yeah.
Who,
I thought Homicide was
embedded with the Baltimore police.
Yeah.
I thought that's what the
that's why America's a great country, because that guy's still alive. The fact that no one killed him to prevent that story from coming out or after it happened that's why America's great, I guess.
So, well, hey, if America's great, mission accomplished, the president can resign.
I hope so.
But we're great again. We're good.
That ain't going to happen. But anyway, The Wire was written by a fella named David Simon.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think David Simon had anything to do with Homicide: Life on the Streets. Yeah, he did. No, A Year on the Street, on the Killing. Yeah, I guess he did do Homicide: Life on the Streets.
Oh, really?
So he made that shit mo gangsta. He was like, you know what? I think we could do this Baltimore thing a little more realistically. Let's do it. Yeah.
It's like Richard Belzer and Andre Bauer, okay. But
let's get Omar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Daniel Baldwin was on that show? Huh. Right. On Homicide: Life on the Streets.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Huh. He was on for the first 3 seasons. Then he left like a dummy.
Was this concurrent to Law and Order, the original Law and Order?
Oh, yeah, everything is concurrent to the original Law and Order. Law and Order was on for 70
I actually
years.
think Homicide was out like a year before Law and Order came out or something like that.
Homicide: Life on the Street started in 1993. Sorry, Dennis.
Oh, no, there's no way. Yeah,
you was wrong. Yeah. Dude, everything is concurrent to Law and Order. That shit ran for like 70 years.
Yeah. When did it start? 1990?
Something like that. Let me look. I love that fucking show so much.
See, I'm not really big into the whole Moriarty years. Sam Waterston's my boy.
D.A. Stone is okay. And
that's before I started watching. Law and Order started in 1990.
Yeah. God. So 28 years ago.
What's his name? Paul Paul Sorvino.
Yeah, Paul Sorvino was the original.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was telling Jenny.
Christopher Noth.
Yeah, I was telling Jenny last week that I didn't watch the show the first 3 seasons. I only watched 4 after. So I'm only familiar with Lenny Briscoe.
Yeah.
Like that's my dude. And with what's his face there.
On that the WE channel,
20 years.
They show a lot of the older ones.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So I don't know. I'd like to rewatch all
but they were like more into like the racial tensions kind of stuff in those early years.
Well, it was the 90s.
That's right. Michael Imperioli was on it for a while.
Mm-hmm.
That was when Ed Green got shot.
Yeah.
And Michael Imperioli came in for that one season.
Dennis Farina was okay.
He was a little high strung.
Yeah, he was okay. He was a little too GQ-y for me, like kind of. But he was decent.
He always wanted to fight Jack McCoy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What's her face sucked. The chick they brought in, the junior detective, the girl. She played Nina Cassidy for a stretch. I think she was only on for a season. She wasn't good.
The dark-haired one.
She wasn't good. I remember the one DA got murdered. Remember that the ADA, Anna Parisi, got murdered.
Well, she didn't she die in a drunk driving accident?
Something like that.
That was the one you guys were talking about it last week. The one where they watched the execution.
No, that was a different episode.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm.
That was after the one where they watched the episode. That was a different lady.
Because that's what's her name's drinking problem finally came to a head.
Yeah.
Or was it Lenny Briscoe's drinking problem?
That was Carrie, I think. Carrie Lowell died in the... Did she die?
But that was the same episode, right? Where she
Yeah,
died.
but I'm talking about there was another ADA, Anna, whatever. This was later on in the show. She got murdered.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
she was the one, the first time she was on, because it was on one day, and she was on the stand testifying, and she was a prostitute. And I was like, what is happening here?
Yeah.
And it's like, I guess that's how they auditioned her, is to come in and be a prostitute. And it was like, okay, next season you can be ADA.
Law and Order is very much like Star Trek in that vein, where like they'll try you out, and if they like you, they bring you back.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, she
I try to keep up with how many Star Trek stars show up as the person of the week on these shows.
Yeah.
And Star Trek was mostly Matlock. I don't know if that was they were filmed in the same area or the same studio or something. But you get a lot of Star Trek folks on Matlock from that era.
Mm-hmm.
I know Kira Nerys was on there a couple of times.
Really?
Oh yeah. Kira Nerys showed up with gray hair on Castle.
Interesting.
A little while back, and it was just like, what? Good to see you still working there. Nah.
Yeah, she and then they brought in that super hot ADA, Elena Del Garza, who's just smoking hot. And then the show got canceled, but that's when it started.
Ruberosa.
Yeah, that's when it started getting good again when they had Jeremy Sisto and Anthony Anderson together.
Yeah.
That shit was good, dude.
Yeah, I didn't like Anthony Anderson at first because he was, I mean, we weren't supposed to.
Yeah.
He was the internal affairs guy.
Yeah.
But then when he came over.
See,
and that was Michael Cutter with Jack McCoy as the DA. That shit was tight. So that shit was tight, and then they canceled it.
That
got really good.
That may have been my favorite era.
Really?
For the whole cast, like the DA team and the detective team.
Dun, 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 dun.
See,
I really like Linus Roach. Linus Roach is great.
Linus Roach was good, but I mean, you can't beat, like, I love Adam Schiff because he was just like, yeah, fuck it, whatever. Like, he's like, I just want to go. Like, I'm 100 years old. This is bullshit.
I like, what's his name?
My wife is dying.
The congressman. What's his name? Thomas?
Fred Thompson.
Yeah.
Fred Thompson, yeah.
Yeah.
When, I mean, like, his political career goes to shit, and it's just like, oh, back to acting. And, you know, so whenever there were political episodes with the DA having to deal with political shit, I'm thinking, this guy knows this shit. I mean, he better nail this press conference.
I don't know, man. My lasting memory of him from that show is when the girl quits, and she's like, "Is it because I'm a lesbian?"
No, I had
God,
no. I didn't even know you were a lesbian. What are you talking about?
You're rehired.
You just made this really weird.
Yeah.
Guess maybe. She was okay. I thought she was okay as the ADA. I want to say, who's the one that I know? The one that dies in the drunk driving episode. I want to say it was Jamie Ross, right? Isn't she the one that died? No, because she.
No, Ross replaced her, I think.
It was
because Ross is the one with the short hair, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she comes on after her because she was a defense attorney originally.
Yeah.
She was working for that real sleazy guy.
Yeah. Dude, I loved Abby because Angie Harmon was great because she had that smoky voice and she was real hot. And she was just like, death penalty. Everybody gets the chair. And Sam Waterston was like, whoa, dude. Whoa, I like the death penalty too. But bitch, you got to slow down. We can't kill everybody.
There was one on the other morning because it's usually on before I go to work.
That's awesome.
So I'll watch, 3/4 of it or whatever. There was one where there was this girl who got caught with like an ounce of cocaine or something.
Uh-huh.
And she was supposed to go to just like some real quick residential program. But Angie Harmon screwed her over and she like shivved somebody while she was in jail. And so she got a longer sentence. And like the whole episode is about how hard Angie Harmon is on this chick. Like she doesn't believe anything this girl says. And it's like, wow.
Death penalty.
And Jack McCoy's like, hey, aren't you taking this a little personal? She's like, fuck no. Fuck that bitch.
Look, I don't like criminals either. But I mean, we can't kill them all. Like we can't bring, come on. Death penalty. All of them. And I love Ed Green. I thought Ed Green was great.
Mm-hmm.
And as much as I like Diane Weiss as an actress, I hated her as the DA.
Oh, really?
I just didn't.
I liked her.
She was a little subdued.
Yeah.
She was but
she wasn't subdued in the I don't care way of Adam Schiff, Like Adam Schiff was just like, just figure it out, guys.
Yeah, whatever, man. Just leave me alone. I got to get home. It's Saturday. I don't shoot on Saturday.
Would be Thompson, Diane Weiss, and then Adam
Schiff.
Yeah.
Oh, for those three?
Yeah, for the DA, I think I would rank them like that. The ones I enjoyed.
McCoy's number one, baby.
Yeah, Jack McCoy's the best.
I stopped watching it when he became the DA.
Well, that was towards the end, and I think a lot of people did.
That's why it's not on anymore.
Yeah. But Jeremy Sisso, I mean, Cyrus Lupo and Kevin were great together. They were awesome.
And who was the guy that he was one of the cops, and then he became a cop over on one of the other series? Shit. He went to Long Island. It was a big
Ed Green. Ed Green got a name change and went over to the Flash. He became Joe West.
No, because he was my favorite.
In my head, that's the same character.
Yeah. Hello.
He's a song and dance man.
Have you watched the show? Of course he's this.
I love Joe West.
It's Parallel Earth.
He's my TV dad.
Joe West.
Yeah.
I wish Joe West was my father. I might be less homicidal. No, God, he got fat after he left the Prime show, and it's like there was a big deal about how he did something. He got suspended. Shit, who was the
Chris
guy?
Noth?
Chris Noth. Yeah. Because he left Law and Order. Then Logan, he went to CI. Mike Logan.
Yeah.
Yep. Because he left.
And they partnered him with the one redheaded chick who was really like getting pissed all the time, and he was trying to tell her, "Hey, you need to ease off." It's like, motherfucker. Do you know your history?
Like a week or two long of promos that he was coming back.
Yeah.
After his long exile.
Yeah.
Well, that I think that was to bring in the Sex and the City crowd.
Yeah.
Because wasn't he big on Sex?
Oh, Mr. Big.
Yeah, Mr. Big. Well, part of that too was because Vincent D'Onofrio was getting kind of, I don't want to say crazy, but like he was kind of exhausted, that they were saying, like, because he was just doing so much. And like being on a weekly TV show was too much of a grind for him. So they wanted to kind of break it up a little bit. So they brought in Chris Noth, and Chris Noth had some episodes. And then Vincent D'Onofrio had some episodes. And then they got rid of him and then brought in Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which,
towards the,
kind of
crime will find a way.
But I love CI.
Goran and Eames is that's my crew right there, man.
CI's great, dude. I love CI. Like that was a great show. Because it's basically just fucking.
There's no order; it's just law.
Yeah. And Courtney Vance will show up and talk real soft.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna tell you guys.
Courtney B. Vance, baby.
I'm just gonna tell you guys this is what's going on.
Yeah.
So why don't we do some stuff? It's gonna be really great.
I loved Eric Bogosian. He was a good captain. Until he got blasted on.
Yeah, but do you remember the one guy had the eye patch for a while? That was great.
That was so weird.
Wait,
that guy was such a weird character. Like he always had something going wrong with him.
I think
one of these guys was Flash's dad.
He was like Mr. Magoo. Like something was always fucking happening in that guy's life.
I mean, Arrow's dad, right? Who was one of the captains from?
No, he looked like Arrow's dad, but he wasn't Arrow's dad.
He wasn't Arrow's dad. Okay.
No.
Shit. I'm trying to think who that was.
Oh wait, Arrow's dad?
Yeah.
No, wait. Yeah, you're right. Okay, I'm sorry. I was thinking of the Flash's dad, his real dad. But yeah, you're right. It was Arrow's dad.
Okay. Yeah, he was one of the captains over on CI, right?
Yeah, that's the one we're talking about, the one with the eye patch.
Okay. Okay. Good deal. You got that because his boat sank, right?
big guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
What are you saying, Bob?
I'm just doing my Courtney B. Vance impersonation the whole time. That's all.
I'm not sure who Courtney B. Vance is.
He's a black guy. He's a black DA from Criminal
If you
Intent.
saw him, you'd know him. Gosh.
Yeah, he's got a cool mustache. He wears glasses.
He is think about how, who was also on Law and Order too, the cry face guy.
Terrence Howard.
Terrence Howard. He is the soft talker to Terrence Howard's cry face. Like Courtney B. Vance just always talks like very calm, very slow, very low. It was like, well, look, Gordon, if you want me to get this guy, you got to give me some proof. And then he would just leave. And like, that's all he would ever say. That's all he would ever do. And he basically had the same
some more
lines.
evidence, guys.
I understand where you're coming from, but I can't convict him on hearsay. And then he would just leave. And what do you say? I don't know. He just shows up every now and then in a nice suit and leaves.
Maybe we should do some more of this evidentiary stuff.
See, he was great. I love CI.
Oh shit! I didn't know he was married to Angela Bassett.
Really?
Well, he knows to keep his mouth shut then.
That's why he talks so soft.
You said Robert Vance?
Courtney B. Vance. He's great. But I love Courtney B. Vance. He's a great actor. He just talks.
Yeah.
He played Johnny Cochran in American Crime Story on the O.J. Simpson movie. Did you watch that?
That is the 6th image that came up for him.
He was really good.
Hunt for Red October. He was great in that.
He was in Hunt for Red October.
Was he Jonesy?
That's right. He was
the black guy. the not Denzel
Dennis,
black guy.
Dennis, I don't see color, friend. Okay.
No, Jonesy's one of my favorite characters.
He was friends with Viggo Mortensen, and
I just don't remember that movie all that well sometimes.
Yeah.
My kids and I are watching it this weekend, actually.
Oh, he was in Huck Finn. Guess who he played in that one?
Mark Twain. Time was Robert B. Vance was a friend of mine.
In Wikipedia, it just says Jim.
Yeah, I'm sure it does.
Which is I didn't realize he was in Terminator Genesis. I didn't see that movie though, but whatever. But yeah, he's great.
Hold on. Well, shoot, I've lost my window.
Courtney B. Vance is great.
Hold on a second though. So I've got this picture of him from I guess this is from Radio.
It was in Radio?
Yeah. Is
that? No, that's OJ. Yeah, that's... That was genuinely the best shit I've ever heard, Ben.
Oh my god, that's fucking funny. All those pictures of Cuba Gooding Jr. look like he's in Radio.
I'll never watch The People versus O.J. Simpson the same ever again. I'll just always think, why are they being so mean to Radio?
Look, here's the thing, and I think I've said this in previous episodes. Anytime I can make Dennis laugh, I count that as a win for the episode.
I think it's funny because earlier you said you've never heard of Radio, and now you're making Radio jokes, so we call you in your own bullshit.
No, I've heard of Radio. I just haven't watched Radio.
That was really fun.
That was really good, Ben.
Good job, Ben.
Did you mean to do that, or you knew it wasn't Radio, right?
When I had just seen a Mojo top 10 thing. And it brought up the fact that he just – it was the accent guy. The guy does he reviews accents in movies. He's a dialect coach or whatever. Mm-hmm. And he was talking about how Cuba Gooding Jr. had made the artistic choice not to try to mimic OJ's voice and accent when he did the part. And so he took a lot of criticism when the movie came out that he didn't sound or look like OJ at all. And
I thought he was great in that.
Well, no, that was the thing is you want to express the emotion behind it, but you can either do that or you can do an imitation of OJ. And
I mean, Cuba Gooding Jr.'s got a kind of a higher pitched voice. Like it's going to be hard for him to sound like OJ.
Well,
I thought he was great.
The lines and stuff were, and so if you watch the video, he does the side by side comparison with the two, and he breaks down the different dialectal reasonings behind stuff and things. So that's why when I saw that picture, I didn't know that Courtney B. Vance had played that part, but I was familiar. Yeah. So, but I was familiar with when I saw the picture when I was doing the image search. I was like, okay. And I know this guy, he played radio. So, so yes, folks, there you go. There was the deconstruction of the joke.
Very funny.
How I made the humor.
That was good.
It's like watching sausage get made, except with less pork.
That joke alone might be worth people signing up for Patreon for 1 month.
It made Dennis laugh.
It was really good.
It's just like, boom. If I make Bob laugh, I'm happy. It's made my day. If I make Dennis laugh, it's just like,
I always look at Dennis to see if jokes land. That's why I like having him around.
Oh, wait. Ben just shared a picture of a black man. Everybody hold off. Wait until... Yes, Dennis is laughing. It's okay. Yes. All right. No. It's like I can't make any jokes about Dabo girls because Jenny's not here. We need the woman's balance.
I don't think we've talked about this episode at all.
Yeah, the Dabo girls.
Oh, yeah. That's how...
So Smiley stole blueprints for the Defiant last time.
Which is pretty smart.
I guess they let him, though. I mean, they gave him access to the computer.
Yeah, he would. I don't understand. That was.
I just think he took a thumb drive. It just, this is, Starfleet.
He snowed that shit.
He snowed all of it. Like, then he shoved it up his butt so he could sneak it off the station.
God, that's so hot. And you think Sisko would have
been... It was a dildo-shaped USB drive.
But everybody was like...
It looked like Julian's dick. It was a mold of Julian's dick.
But they were like, dude, you can take thumb drives. We're fine with... Why did you shove it up your butt?
Because I had to. For me, it's what I like to do.
I got to get something
no pockets. No pockets in the mirror universe.
Those Terrans don't trust pockets.
Yeah. And
just one pocket's all you need.
Yeah,
everything goes in there.
It's God's pocket.
I don't like Mirror Julian. And
if God wanted us to have more than one pocket, he would have given us two buttholes.
It's like the Klingons. Yeah, I'm not really a big fan of Mirror Universe Julian either.
That wig is terrible.
Yeah, the wig is terrible, and he's clearly overcompensating because he has a small penis.
Yeah.
And it's got to.
But I think he could get away with it if he didn't have such a horrible wig on.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And he went to he punched Sisko, and Sisko was like, "You bit like a bitch." Basically, like he was like,
That was pretty awesome though. That eye twitch that Sisko had when he told him that they were even.
I'll kill you, motherfucker.
It's just like,
why do you think I come over here to the Mirror Universe?
To fuck and kill things. That's what I do.
And I'm not gonna fuck you.
Maybe.
Well, I might.
Maybe.
But then I will kill you.
I'll shove that wig down your throat while I'm doing it. But yeah, Julian, I mean, this is essentially his Ryza. He comes here, he fucks stuff, and he kills stuff, and he goes home. And he's like, man, that was awesome.
No consequences.
No, I mean, there's the whole thing, though, when, once they've got the Defiant, and they need him to fix it.
And he fixes it.
Your son can come back, and then the Alliance has sent the Regent, and big reveal, who's the Regent? It's Worf.
It's Worf.
Yeah. Well, before we get into that though, like so the plans for the Defiant, because they basically, when they rebuilt it, they had the same problems that the Federation did when they initially built it, right?
Mm-hmm. Right. Yes.
So at DS9, they made all these modifications so that it would work better.
Mm-hmm.
But they never updated the plans.
No,
with all those
they made to some extent.
Having worked with the United States Navy and several of its engineering teams in the past, sometimes field modifications get annotated. Sometimes
they're all in O'Brien's head. All the changes that were made.
And I would like to think that they did that on purpose, just in case something like this did happen.
Yeah. I guess. Yeah.
You know? And I mean, who really has time to update files? I mean, you'll get to it eventually. Like O'Brien's like, I'll get to it. I
gotta fix all these replomats.
Yeah, I got stuff I gotta do.
He's got to get rats out of the core.
Hollow Suite number 3 is down again. It got clogged up with semen. I mean, there's a
hide
lot of work to do on this station.
I gotta hide some food because you never know when I'm gonna get fed again because I still have PTSD from the last episode. Oh yeah, that's over now. That's done. I'm not worried about that.
I'm much better now. I saw the counselor 3 times a week for a week. I'm good.
Yeah.
That's
These
3
happy
times.
pills. Happy pills really do a great job.
I stick them in my butt. It makes.
I like how though Bashir finally found the answer. He just gives him some of that that cannabis shot. Just
I believe it's called depository. Just shove it in my butt. Julian does it for me.
Wait a minute. Isn't your hypospray on the table?
Why did you put the pill in your mouth?
Because it's
I'll get it in there. Don't worry.
It's Thursday. We always play darts on Thursday. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
Time for the medicine.
And Jake is like, this is awesome. I love the Mirrorverse. You guys are speaking my language. Yeah. But anyway, because then when he can actually leave, Sisko's going to go. And then O'Brien's like, well, I can't fly this plane by myself.
And I'll give it a try.
Fine, I'll murder a bunch of people.
See, so he didn't have to convince him very hard. I mean, Sisko's like, all right.
I've always wanted to kill a bunch of Klingons.
Well, who hasn't, really? I mean, come on.
Not me, Ben. I don't see color. I don't
either, but I
don't see ridges, bro. I don't see ridges.
I'm about to fuck him up like a bag of ruffles in this bitch.
I'm reading that Kalis book that's pretty good. It's like a story. It's like a telling of Kalis's backstory. It's pretty fun.
Does it end with him wrestling naked with that guy?
No, they explain him wrestling.
Is that what that statue is?
Yeah, that's Kalis wrestling for 12 days with
Moloth.
Moloth, yeah. They explain it, and
that's a lot of sex.
It's really hot.
It's really dirty too, but it's worth it. You guys should read it.
Yeah, somebody shared a picture of Hercules and somebody. There's like this story of Hercules fighting a guy, and Hercules is holding the guy up off the ground, and dude is like grabbing Hercules' cock.
Well, that guy is, that guy. I forget what his name was, but as long as he was touching the earth, he was kind of like the Juggernaut.
Yeah. The Juggernaut, bitch.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll stop grabbing my cack.
Yeah, you gotta grab my cat.
Keep grabbing it. Grab it more.
It's like, how did he
try to rip it off?
As long as this guy can touch the ground, he has his powers. But as long as no one jerks Hercules' cack, he has his cack.
That's his only weakness.
His only weakness is orgasm.
A hand job.
His only weakness is when you swallow it down like a dirty, dirty whore.
Oh my.
Oh my.
He's a hand job Samson.
Oh, no, not my precious bodily fluids.
Oh, lick your hand.
Blowjobs don't do it. It has to be a hand job.
Yeah, and you start that rumor, but then when it happens, then you're just like, oh, I guess it didn't work this time.
Yeah.
But
you must have done it wrong.
Yeah, thanks for trying.
I mean, I came all over the place, but something was different this time. Why don't you try again in about 2 hours?
Maybe 3. I'm going to take a nap.
Let me sleep.
I'll put this rock
I'm going to have some ambrosia.
And then
constitute myself.
Then they win and it's over.
Yeah.
But then in the process, sexy Kira shoots. She escapes with Rom's with Nog's help. Then she shoots Nog. And then she shoots.
All the Ferengi are dead in the mirror universe now.
Yeah. Which is awesome.
Nog was the last Ferengi.
Yeah. So here's my problem with this: is she shoots Nog from 20 feet away?
Yeah, kills him dead,
square in the chest.
She totally went Wayne Brady on him.
Yeah,
but she kills Jennifer close range to the chest, and Jennifer suffers for the next few hours.
Well, Nog don't have no titties, that's why.
Yeah, and Jennifer is a larger human, so the stun setting. The setting is more effective on Nog.
I got trouble with this. I just don't like when guns work differently for different people.
smaller creature has a greater effect.
But he's got bigger ears.
Well, you don't know that he died right away either.
Yeah,
he's actually in the corridor.
Yeah, he's
For
still
the exact amount of time that it took for Sisko to come back to say goodbye to Jennifer. But this entire time, Nog is still in the corridor.
People are just stepping over him.
Yeah, and he's just like, help me.
This is total bullshit.
And they're like, oh, I thought all the Ferengies were dead. Well, they will be soon.
They are now. Pew, 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 pew,
And somebody just walks up. Pew, pew. All right, he's gone. Yeah. He didn't make it.
Before you shoot him, reach gently toward his ears, and just before you go, nah, and shoot him.
Pew, pew, pew.
Pew, pew, pew.
You lobe tease.
You fucking lobe tease. And then it's over. And then he goes back, and they kind of hint that, like, Worf, new Worf is like, oh, this isn't my fault. I lost because of the traitor, and I got to find her. So, like, they kind of hint that there'll be more Mirror Universe episodes, which is cool.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the end of the episode. Dun, 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 dun.
Dun, 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 dun. Except Sisko and Jake have to cry because Jennifer died.
Yeah, like, hey, that lady that looked like
Again.
your mom is dead. Yeah.
That's got to be rough to watch somebody you love die again, even if it's not them.
Yeah. Sad.
I'm crying.
They have to find another Mirror Universe.
Yeah. Or they just have to go, just hook up with hot space captain stepmom.
Yeah. Or they just, they'll figure it out. I mean, it's not going to be the
She's
end.
my favorite. I like her way better than Jennifer Sisko anyway.
I don't
Cassie
really.
Yates, totally into Cassie Yates.
I don't know enough about her to make an opinion as a character. Looks wise, I mean, it's a push. I like what you don't think so.
Jennifer's hotter than Cassidy Yates.
Oh, I don't think so. And this isn't because I'm friends with Cassidy on Twitter.
On the internet.
Cassidy Yates.
You guys are
Captain
pals.
Yates.
Well, no, with Penny. So Penny and I go way back. I was a fan of hers on the DS9, and then when she shows up on Castle, I was just like, "Hey, Penny, you're on Castle now. That's my favorite show." And she's like,
Stop sending me nude pics.
Well, her response was what it always has been: is the restraining order is still in effect.
Yeah.
I don't care what social
When
media.
she was on 24, were you? Oh, I guess there was no Twitter back then when she was on 24.
No, they were just
and
long.
Why wasn't? And no offense to to Joe Boo, but why wasn't Benjamin Sisko the President Palmer? I would have liked to see that. I mean, I'm just saying.
Casting.
Yeah, I like.
You have 24 hours.
You have 24 hours, Jack. What the fuck are you doing?
I don't know. I like Ben. I wish. Why doesn't Benjamin Sisko do more stuff? Is what I'm saying.
Because he likes to get high.
You don't know that.
I was going to be the president, but I got high.
What is Avery Brooks doing now?
Lots of weed.
Playing the piano.
Lots of weed.
He teaches at Tulane and does weed.
He's 69 years old. Wow.
Yeah, he is.
I didn't realize he was that old.
Does he teach at Tulane or does he teach somewhere else? I'm trying to think.
He was teaching at Oberlin College, Case Western Reserve University. He also
in Ohio.
No, I don't think so. If they were,
Oberlin's in Ohio.
Is it? I would go there. He doesn't teach there anymore. Theater.
Western was in Ohio too.
Been doing some theater, later projects. He would play Willie Loman in Death of a Salesman in 2008. I'd watch that.
Oh, shit. I think at some point, though, these Trek captains, well, one, there's a certain air that you have to take on that you are the captain of a starship.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, if you had a 7-season run, you can't take minor roles. You have to be like, okay.
I don't know. Kate Mulgrew as Red in Orange is the New Black.
And
That's not a major role.
Yeah, he was in American History X. I forgot about that.
I can't remember that.
He was the teacher who tried to help Ed Norton and his racist brother.
Jesus Christ, yeah.
I remember that. That movie was not good. And I love Ed Norton, but I don't like that movie.
I didn't know that was Ed Norton.
Too violent for you?
When he had
No, it was just Ed Norton got involved and started cutting the film, and like there were things that I thought were a little too much.
Oh, really?
I am so glad that I was all for him being the Hulk, but then just him personally, like I love him in a lot of movies, but
I thought he was a great Bruce Banner.
I did too. I thought he was spot on for TV Bruce Banner.
No, I thought he was great.
No, I just thought no. I mean, my favorite Banner
He's kind of a scrawny, nerdy guy.
Yeah,
the TV series Bruce Banner, and they seem to pattern this more after the TV style.
He's very good at like brooding.
Yeah.
Well, also the Ultimate Bruce Banner is kind of that way too.
Yeah.
So I never read any of the Ultimate stuff.
It's good. It's good. But I mean, like, I like the more kind of brooding kind of, oh, fuck, woe is me. Mm-hmm. Why am I this monster? Blah, blah, blah. And I thought he was perfect for that, where I don't really get that vibe much from the other guy, from Ruffalo.
Ruffalo?
He's kind of a sad Hulk guy.
See, I didn't like Ruffalo
I hate being the
first.
Yeah.
Because I think I was still like missing Ed Norton. But then he just kind of grew on me.
Yeah, I hear you.
I like him now.
I don't think he's terrible, but I love
little quirks.
I
think he very much became endeared to me in Ragnarok.
Oh yeah, well that's a great film. Like Ragnarok's really enjoyable to watch.
Yeah.
I mean, I like The Incredible Hulk a lot. I think it's weird that it gets kind of lampooned as one of the worst Marvel films.
Are people thinking of the Ang Lee one instead?
I think so.
That one's awful.
Yeah, but the Ed Norton one's really good.
I like it.
I dislike any movie that has Eric Bana.
Eric Bana?
Yeah.
Not a fan.
Not a fan of his. No, I did see a movie with him.
My
What
wife
was
likes
it?
that guy.
Really? That's a weird like.
Time Traveler's Wife.
I didn't see that.
I saw Eric Bana in that, and I was like, oh, shit, I don't hate that. Oh, Nero here. So, crazy thing. I finally saw a movie with Tom Hardy in it and watched it all the way through and didn't bitch about Tom Hardy.
Which was that?
Dunkirk.
Oh.
And mainly because I had no idea that he was Tom Hardy until the very end.
What
and
a great fucking movie.
Huh?
What a great movie.
Did you like it? Because
Oh,
I'm seeing a lot of hate for it online.
What?
Yeah.
I cry like 3 times in that movie.
Thank
It's
you.
so fucking great.
My son and I watched it, and he's just been like on a World War II kick.
Yeah.
With like, he's been listening to Churchill speeches. And
I love Christopher Nolan, man. That guy, he makes great movies.
He's an auteur.
And just the way that they break down, though, and it kind of caught me off guard, but I caught up very quickly to the 1 week, the 1 day, the 1 hour. And then when the stories overlapped, it was great filmmaking. It's a great story. And,
awesome.
When I'm explaining,
Have you seen it, Bob?
No, I have to see it. I haven't seen it.
You got to see it.
Yeah. I haven't seen the Gary Oldman as Churchill movie yet, which basically
really
takes place at the same time.
Well, I heard he's really good.
Yeah.
I haven't necessarily heard that film is good.
Yeah.
But
Dunkirk,
really
I highly recommend Dunkirk to any, and it's on. You can't rent it on Amazon Prime, and my son was like, "Yeah, I really want to watch it." So my son's showing interest in history, so I'm like, "Fuck, I'll buy it."
Well, if you have HBO, then it's on HBO.
Well, yeah, if you've got the HBO add-on, you can watch it for free.
Nobody got time for that.
But I went ahead and bought it, and I'm like, "Son, this better be a good movie because I just spent your allowance on it." And
your allowance.
And he liked it, I liked it, and I'm just like, God damn it! And it's just, man. I anything nautical and war, and then I'm going to be emotional, and I was, and it's just like, wow,
man. At the end on the train,
yeah, he couldn't even look us in the face. They're so ashamed of us. They couldn't even look us in the face.
Yeah, it's a wonderful film.
All right, I'll have to watch it.
It should have won the Oscar, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
It's better than that Fishman movie.
Is that what won that year?
Yeah. Shape of Water.
I haven't even seen that movie yet.
I mean, it's okay, but
it's
not better than Dunkirk. Dunkirk's way better.
I'm not into fish porn. And, just that whole interspecies.
I mean, Doug Jones, he's great. in it.
Well, it's Doug
Obviously.
Jones.
Yeah, Doug Jones is a wonderful actor, gifted.
Yeah.
I've seen him in another thing where he doesn't do special effects or makeup. He's just Doug Jones doing a part.
Yeah.
And I was just like, yeah, you need some latex on the face there, buddy.
He's the poor man's Andy Serkis or whatever.
Yeah, very like Food Stamp Man's version of Andy Serkis.
No, like I think Andy Serkis is more like a motion capture kind of CGI special effects dude. Although
he's pretty good in Black Panther.
Yeah,
he's not CGI'd in that one.
Yeah,
except for his hand.
Yeah, but I'm saying Doug Jones is like a good old school kind of monster movie actor.
Well, like kind of Ron Perlman.
Yeah, we're just gonna put a bunch of fucking plastic on him and let him walk around for 4 hours a day.
God, how great would it be to have a movie? And I guess Doug Jones has already been in a movie. Ron Perlman, he was in Hellboy, right?
Yep. He was.
If those two guys get with Andy Serkis and do a movie together.
Like the Three Amigos.
I don't think so because I think, like Bob was saying, though, Andy Serkis is more the CGI king.
But he's great. I mean, he's a great actor. But he's more of a CGI dude where Perlman's more of like just throw a bunch of weird shit on me and let me go. Same thing with Doug Jones.
Yeah. And we don't really have
find a way to make it work.
We don't have too many prosthetic guys.
Get Guillermo del Toro to write a movie, put a movie together with those guys in it. I think it'd be great.
I think
I'll do it. Yeah. Let me get on that.
Yeah. Let me draft up a tweet here for Guillermo.
Mr. Del Toro.
Dear Senor Del Toro.
Much like yourself, I am a professional writer. I am receiving $5, as a matter of fact, to write this letter.
I just like the idea of calling him Senor.
That's the comedy, Dennis.
It's like try to be polite, but it's at the same time offensive.
That's the joke.
Senor Del Toro. Muchos gracias.
You killed my
Senor Spielbergo.
You killed my father. Prepare to die.
No. For Mr. Spielberg, it would be Shalom, Mr. Spielberg.
It's the Simpsons joke. It's one of my favorite
non-union Mexican equivalent.
Where Mr. Burns wants to make a movie for the film festival, and he says, "Get me the greatest director of the day." Or no, he says like, "Get me Steven Spielberg" or something. No, what does he say? He says like, "Get me the greatest director." And he's like, "Well, Steven Spielberg's busy or something."
Yeah.
I mean, that his non-union Mexican equivalent. Give me his non-union Mexican equivalent. He said, "Listen here, Spielbergo." I gotta watch it.
That's a great episode. They're saying Boo Earns. I was saying Boo Earns.
Then you're Spielbergo. Nothing. I mean, like, I know The Simpsons stinks now, but God, was it fucking brilliant! Like,
I don't know if it stinks or it's just like they've already done everything they can possibly do.
But why not just go back and retell the old stories? Just add like more modern jokes, like just update the references, and I think you'd get away with it.
Isn't that what they're doing?
I don't know.
To be honest, I really haven't watched an episode in like 10 years.
I can't remember.
I've seen more South Park than I've seen.
I even stopped watching South Park.
I kind of got over that.
But occasionally I'll go through a kick where it's just like, oh, that was actually pretty good satire. And I'll see in a clip, and then I'll go back and watch a few episodes, and then I get tired of it again.
I kind of stopped watching South Park after the Kanye West gay fish stuff.
I don't even remember that.
Yeah, it's been a long time because I haven't had cable either, and then I didn't really have a way to watch it, and then I kind of just stopped.
Well, everything like Comedy Central puts all their stuff out for free now.
Yeah. Oh, they did for free? Nice.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm gonna watch the Senor. I just put up the Senor Spielbergo clip so everyone can watch it on the chat. I'm gonna watch it real fast.
Senor Spielbergo. All right, that's a pretty long intro. They have the Imperial March plan.
Yeah.
I love this line. I'll put them in the bones.
Available. You forgot pleasant. Listen here, Spielberg.
Senor Burns, es el diablo. But mine worked, damn it. So great. I do love that people see you as somewhat of an ogre. I'll club them and eat their bones. That's right up there with Homer going like out running late at night. He says, "Gime? What the hell's a gime?" He walks in. He goes, "Oh, a gime."
And again, one of the best.
It's supposed to be Jim.
Yeah.
But he says a gime, and he walks in, and Wolf Castle is in there working out.
One of the best jokes ever is, I think I'll donate $1 million to the Springfield Orphanage when pigs fly and the pig flies.
It's my favorite episode.
Will you be donating that $1 million, sir? No, I think not.
I still prefer not to. Lisa the vegetarian.
Which is weird because, again, it's a Lisa episode, but it's one of the best ones.
One of my favorite scenes of all Simpsons is when Lisa wants the pony. She's wanted a pony forever. Yeah. So many episodes. And then it mimics the Godfather scene, and it's the exterior of the house. And it's playing the theme from Godfather, and she's there. She wakes up, and she pulls back the blanket, and there's a horse's head, and she screams. The camera pulls back just like in Godfather, and then it cuts back in, and the horse wakes up and jumps up, and she jumps up on the horse's back, and the Magnificent Seven theme started dun 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 dun, 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 dun. She's riding the pony through the house. Yeah. I will always love that.
And I'm also a big fan of the monorail episode. Monorail. Written by Conan O'Brien. You know, Lisa, I could explain that to you, but no one here but you and me would understand the answer. Even your teacher.
Maybe this is more of a Shelbyville idea.
just tell us what your idea is and we will vote for it. All right, so what do we give the Star Trek episode that we talked all of like 10 minutes about probably? Dennis, you go first.
I give it a 7.5.
God damn, really?
Wow.
Solid. I like it.
All right, what about you,
I like Mirror Wharf, too. Mirror Wharf and Mirror Garrick together is a pretty good combo.
We talked very little about that, but as we do with most episodes, when there's something good, that's the thing that we don't talk about the most.
I thought they had some weird S&M sex shit going on.
Well, I mean, Garrick pretty much offered to suck his dick, but then Worf is like, "You're not my type."
Yet.
Yeah.
Give it some time, space boy.
Yeah.
I didn't like the episode.
You didn't?
No, I'm gonna be hard on it and give it a 6.
That's not very hard.
I just 5.5.
Oh, okay. 5.5 is a little
now
more.
You're sliding into mediocre territory.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with. I mean, I didn't think it was terrible. There were aspects of it I did enjoy. I thought it was all kind of fucked up that they're playing with poor Benjamin Sisko son's emotions, Jake, like that.
Yeah.
And I just feel like the Mirror Universe. I mean, I watched it. I was like, another one? Fuck, we just had one of these things. So I'm gonna give it a 6. I didn't think it was terrible. There were some things I enjoyed about it, but just like, it's too much Mirror for me. I don't want another Mirror episode for like 2 seasons. I'm good for a while.
I love broccoli, but if I had broccoli 3 nights this week, it's that third night I'm going to be like, yeah, geez, maybe we could hold off on the broccoli a little bit.
Let's have some Brussels sprouts.
Let's just try them little baby cabbages with some garlic butter.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Yeah, I'm just, you're wrong.
I think one thing I do like about it is the actors get to portray their characters a little differently.
Yeah.
So it kind of makes it more fresh.
I like sexy Kira.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, everybody likes her.
Everybody.
Yeah, she would totally get it.
I love that line though when she's trying to trick the guard into breaking out.
Yeah,
he's like, "You murdered my wife." And she's like,
I was hoping you were single.
That was a great. Yeah, I was happy.
That's awesome.
It was cute. It was very cute. Good episode. I mean, it's not terrible. It was 6. I'm good with that.
Yeah.
I liked it.
5.5.
5.5.
That's my lowest rated episode. I think this.
It's been quite a long time since we've gone that low.
Yeah.
So.
Well, not Dennis. I mean, we're all giving episodes 8s, and Dennis will give it a 2.3 or something.
Yeah,
Oh shit!
Jesus,
you guys are dicks. That episode's terrible. I hate you. Fuck all you guys.
You have to go back and check out all the scores just to.
You know, maybe you should. Maybe you should.
Maybe a fan should.
You should.
And then I should not worry about math or spreadsheets because I don't know how to do either.
Maybe you should. Maybe you should.
That'll be okay. So anybody else who wants to be on the show, you have to do some work for it.
Do all the seasons of DS9 and TNG.
Write up summaries of what we talked about in the episodes.
Oh, that would be hard because I don't even remember half the time.
We know like the key bits that come up.
And then what each one of us scored it as.
Yeah. So I can't ever remember when we did bits on stuff.
Yeah.
I have no idea when we did the first boat racing. Like that
was at my old apartment. I thought.
So
what would be the Wild Wing?
What would be the major theme of this episode then? What did we talk about?
Law and Order.
Yeah.
Good show.
Yeah, good show.
Hey man, if you guys want to hear us talk more about Law and Order, get us 23 more Patreons, and we'll do a whole podcast about it.
Hey, here's the thing though.
Dun, dun, dun.
We never talk about Law and Order on this show again, though.
Never.
Yeah. It's only we save it all for the other show.
We're so good at following our own rules.
Do we have rules? Are there any rules that have ever been established?
None of us have ever said the N-word or anything like that at all. Like
I wouldn't say it's a rule.
Not even Dennis. And he might get a pass. I would still be like, whoa, I think I got to edit that out. But
I mean, we were very
There's two words I don't say. That one and the F word.
The F word?
Yeah.
The F word I alluded to earlier.
I don't know. You got to type it.
For gay people.
Oh, yeah. I don't like that word
I
either.
don't say that, no.
Yeah, I don't like that word.
I never liked that word.
Yeah.
Frenchie?
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like
Farrah?
I don't like see you next Tuesdays. I don't like those either.
Yeah, I'm not
a big fan.
I never like that was the magic C word. That was the nuclear option. And
yeah, never a fan.
Until I started dating Jenny. And she is a big fan of that word.
Yeah, she is a big fan of that word.
And I have to be careful because we have several British friends and I have a friend from New Zealand. And for them, it's just like, there it is.
Yeah.
And like
it means something different to them though.
We had a situation where the Kiwi was getting very upset about a situation that he'd run into with a certain pass office or whatever. And so he's ranting it back in our tech pool about, and dropping that word left and right, that they were this and this and this. And I'm like, hey, buddy, yeah. I know where you're coming from.
That shit might fly down under. You're an American man.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan. I just don't like it. I'm not a big fan of it. And yeah, I don't like that word either, Dennis. The other ones you were saying.
Before I dated Jenny, though, I had used the magic C word one time. When I was playing golf, and I just fucked up a shot that cost me a significant amount of money, and I let go a string of profanity that included that word directed at myself, but the lady who was at the hole that was running adjacent to mine had overheard it, and then the course marshal asked me to leave the course.
Two things about that story, Ben. One, I didn't know you played golf.
Him and Torres.
I didn't know you played golf for money.
Yeah, when I started playing.
What's your
golf,
handicap? Are you pretty good? You got to have a handicap if you play for money.
No, not now. I mean, back in the day, I was pretty good. I was single digit.
Yeah. Wow.
Dude, I joined the Navy with the idea I would do 4 years in the Navy just to kind of get in shape a little bit and then head to the tour. It was just as a thing. I needed some starter money to kind of get established, and then I was heading to Florida for the tour. And then I found out what sex was, and that kind of fucked that plan up.
Derails many a career.
Hey, look, it did Tiger Woods.
No, but I was what was it? I started playing with a 7-iron in a cow pasture when my best friend and I started the game playing. And then there was a little 9-hole pitch and putt kind of course by my house. This old retired Navy guy, he'd retired from the Navy and turned his family's cornfield into a 9-hole golf course.
And Ben McCormick does sound like a golf name.
I went to Austin to the Harvey Penick Golf Academy.
Bullshit. Really?
Absolutely. That was my vacation that year. It was sponsored by Golfsmith. So the first year
Dennis is Googling this. Look at he's like,
no, go ahead. Yeah. It's so the first year I went, I've still got the golf towel. It's like a holy treasure to me. And I got to meet Mr. Penick. He hadn't passed away yet. But
I don't know. I can't tell.
No, this is all true. And so when I went to the golf academy, it's almost like Jedi training because they give you your training on how, like you go through 2 weeks of
you have to make your own golf club, like find
and that's
make your own golf club.
That's the next thing I was going to say. So the first part is to get your game good, right? And so there's 2 weeks with intensive training. You got pros that are like they're monitoring your stance, they're guiding you through
they do like the video sessions with you and everything.
Everything, right? And this is back in the old VHS.
How much did this cost?
Oh, significant.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
It wasn't cheap, but I was invested in this thing. I was playing every Thursday. That was my day off back then. I literally played every Thursday. I think I missed 3 because it was actually just downpour raining and he wouldn't let me on the course.
Wow.
But so I finished that, and then 6 months later, I went back to the second part of the academy, which is when you come back and you learn how to make your own golf clubs. And then and the idea is that
part sounds like bullshit.
Well, it's like I said, it's sponsored by Golfsmith. I don't know if you've ever looked at like Golf Magazine or whatever, and you'll see the ads for Golfsmith.
Yeah.
And it teaches you how to make custom clubs. So you can make your own clubs, or you can now work in a pro shop and make clubs, for others. And you get I got to dig it out of storage, but I've got my certificate that I am Golfsmith qualified, and I know I can build golf clubs. And I probably don't have it now, but I used to be able to get a discount for ordering through them because I'm a graduate.
Interesting. All right.
So
fair enough.
Yeah, and I got to play golf in Austin for those 2 weeks, and oh my God, golf in Texas. I mean, that's where my name comes from. When I changed my name. No, when I changed my name after I left home, I took the name Ben, and it was in honor of Ben Hogan.
I don't know.
Dude, hand to God on my grandmother's grave, who the only family member I've ever loved. So,
so what's your real name then?
That's not disclosed. So.
All right.
I never talk about.
You got some creditors in Alabama that have been hunting you down all these years?
No, I despise that name. I grew up with a name that I very much hated.
Is it Jedediah?
No.
Jedediah McCormick.
Because I had gone by Jeb, and I would have thought that was cool. Jeb McCormick. Or Jed. Jed McCormick would have been a good name.
All right. I don't know.
But changed my name.
Change your face. All right. Well, there you go.
So people learned to look. The Patreon's got a little extra this week.
Yep. I got to edit all that shit. Way to go, Ben.
And we learned to
yeah. All right. Well, you guys have a wonderful night. Have a wonderful week. Thank you for listening to Dork Trek. We will talk to you guys next week.